Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about a few of my last reads. A few thriller and a spicy romance, Credence, Rock, Paper, Scissors, and the last two of the Housemaid series by Freida McFadden. So I've really been in a thriller, mystery, haunted, that kind of vibe. But I decided to finally get to Credence to kind of break up the thrillers. Guys, I'm blushing right now sitting here by myself. This is one of the books that I would be afraid to take out and read in public. I think I'm a little bit embarrassed, not ashamed. I'm a little bit embarrassed that I liked it. I couldn't put it down. I read it in a day. I had actually planned and posted about reading a different book and starting the One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns series, but I have just started the Zodiac series and I'm waiting for the second and third books to be delivered, and they were taking a little bit longer, so I didn't want to start another fantasy series in the middle of another fantasy series. I was like, okay, this is a good standalone book. It's not fantasy. I won't get all mixed up in the worlds, and I haven't read a spicy romance in a while, so why not? Y'all. Whoa, it's about a girl whose parents have just died and left her to her uncle, which is actually her dad's stepbrother. That's kind of important. She goes and lives with them out in a secluded cabin. They get snowed in for months at a time. So not only does she end up crossing a line and having a little bit of a relationship with the uncle, the step-uncle, she also kind of starts to have feelings and things for his two sons, the brothers. Getting snowed in and not being around people, you're left to, I guess, choose how to pass the time. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what I can say. I give it a 4.5. Like I said, I couldn't put this down. I read this in about a day, and my Zodiac Academy books still aren't here, so now I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do now? But I'm glad I did this one. I'm glad I finally got to this one. If you're not into taboo romances, I would stay away from this, to be honest. Because there were some moments where I was like, I don't know. I don't know. So, viewer discretion, reader discretion is advised. All right. Next one, Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's about a husband and wife who are going away to a secluded cabin. Much different vibes than Credence. The intention for the trip is to kind of rekindle their relationship. It's been advice from their therapist. They make it to this converted chapel and they sort of get settled in. Weird things are sort of happening. There's a lot of coincidences. And at one point I thought they're both planning on going on this trip, and I think they might want to both kill each other. So the husband is a writer, and in one of his favorite stories, this couple writes letters to each other on an anniversary, so the wife starts doing that. And so you get to see the progression of the relationship throughout the years. Honestly, there were so many twists. When one thing happened, I went back a few chapters to see how things were worded, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that could make sense now. And I would get to a twist and think, oh, this must be the one everybody's talking about. But then another one happened and I'm like, oh no, this is what everybody's talking about. So it was good. It kept me guessing all the way. Another 4.5. I really enjoyed it. Recommend. Okay, and then the last two I'm not going to talk too much in detail about. This is the last two, The Housemaid's Secret and The Housemaid is Watching by Freida McFadden. The last two in the Housemaid series. They were okay. I'm going to give them both about a 3.5, anywhere from a 3 to 3.5. They were kind of predictable, but entertaining. It fit the pattern of the first book, just changed the people, I guess. It still had the same characters and other characters, of course. It still had Millie. But if I'm being honest, I probably won't pick these back up intentionally. If I'm going to pick out any to reread from this series, it's going to be the first one. But they were entertaining and I wasn't mad at them. You know, just don't have a lot to say. Like I said earlier, I just started Zodiac Academy, so I will be talking about that. I'm really enjoying it. I just finished the first one, and I'm waiting for the second and third one to be delivered from Pango. Oh, yes, and by the way, talking about Pango, I'll put a link down below for $5 off at Pango. Just follow the link and use Miranda K. Honestly, I get most of my books there now. That's a really good way to save money. But since I was waiting for the rest of Zodiac Academy and I finished Credence, like I said earlier, I went ahead and started Quicksilver because I can't not be reading something. I really thought the books would already be here, but you know, with the storms and everything going on, things are delayed, and that's okay. I'll just read a few more books. I'm just not starting another series. Have you guys read Zodiac Academy? I'm really preparing myself for the end of the series. Everybody's like, I'm preparing myself for emotional wreckage because everybody that I see who finishes the series, they're like, I am not okay. And isn't it funny that we put ourselves through this? Like, I want a book that just gets me wrecked, or a series. And I'm really hoping that Zodiac Academy is that for me. And I mean, it's starting out pretty well with the first one. So we'll see. Let me know, have you guys read it yet? And am I going to be crushed at the end? I have a feeling that I'm going to be crushed. And I'm looking forward to it, I guess. I don't know. So I will talk to you guys in the next video.